I have a little heart in my tea. See it? Yeah. I'm gonna So I thought I would get on and see if anything comes up of interest, anything interesting that might come up today. But I wanted to discuss this idea that I've had lately about the big self versus the infinitesimally small self, and how those two things exist at the same time. Yeah, hi, honey. And because I'm working on integrating those two things, and just what that's doing for me. I think the main thing is when I can kind of zoom out in that way and look at myself from that standpoint of being like just seriously infinitesimally small in the whole scope of things, and knowing that that's a reality. That's not just a like a new age idea or spiritual idea coming from some guru. It really is the actual truth that you're just one person of more than 8 billion people, and in how many billions of years you're a tiny occurrence among billions of years. And so when I've been able to kind of zoom out in that way, it really puts perspective on things. But part of the perspective is realizing I can't stay there. I can't stay in that zoomed out state. But I also know that it's not necessarily healthy to always stay in this, I call it a big life state, right? Which is all about me. I'm the center of the universe, and I'm like essentially pushing my energy out, like being a person who works in the workplace, a mom. I was in relationships, so I was a wife and a daughter, and your work titles, and the things that you have going on, and plants and that I care for, and the cats, and then the extracurricular activities I do, and the food that I like to eat, and going to the gym. All that stuff is like the big self, the centered around self, and it kind of essentially like pushes out. But it also is myopic at the same time, because it only seems to be about serving the self. About serving the self. Okay, I kind of messed up that last one. I thought I was recording and that I actually wasn't. So I was talking about the big self, and I guess I was going to get at in contrast with the small. And what I found is that as I am working with this, and I remember to work with it, I realize that I'm here on the ground. You're here on the ground, on the earth, doing earth human things, and that's what you're here for. So it's not that you don't connect spiritually, but I used to think like that was the thing that I was striving for. thinking less so. And it's not that I want to be disconnected from my spirituality or from spirit for that matter, because I still am pursuing mediumship. It's more a realization that I'm here on the ground, and I'm here. And that's where I'm at. And so I don't need to leave that. I don't need to, do I dare say, transcend that? Maybe the transcendence is just the shift in perspective. But anyway, so that's what this has given me, is having this idea of just being so teensy tiny, and at the same time have this self, right? This big self, and this life that I do, and all the drama and the relationships and all of that that's on the ground here is like as important as realizing that you're just a blip. You're literally just a blip in time. And really, I don't know, like I wanted to say, and seeing the beauty in that. I hesitate still to say that because I don't want to sound all new agey. Maybe it's not the beauty in it. Maybe it's just realizing that you're on the ground here, doing stuff, doing and being. And that's all there is. I don't even want to say that you're supposed to be doing anything. It just is. And it's like realizing that there's no place to run to as well. And I mean, like, I've always been chasing all of these things for so many years, you know, getting through school, getting a college degree, getting a job, getting the job and the career I want, trying to improve my career, getting a better career, you know, trying to help my kid be as the best that he can be, and trying to improve my relationships. It's all like optimization and chasing success and better, and living better. And I don't mean that, you know, you don't strive for maybe realizing yourself, but what's all the chasing for? And maybe that's kind of the question, is what is all the chasing for? When all it seems that there is you're just here on the ground, being. Yeah, it's really a perspective shift. It's really a freaking perspective shift when I can be in that state. It's really hard for me to hold both of those things at the same time. I don't even know if it can be done or should be done, but anyway, I am going to stop there, and I'll keep working with it, and I'll come back later. All right, peace.